Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Modular Infantry Energy Rifle mod, which is being made by user Utherian. And what this glorious little piece of work looks at into the game is a brand spanking new energy rifle, and I have really been enjoying my time with this thing. It is a pretty awesome gun, and I just love the design of it. It's so much more compact and sleeker of a design than the standard energy weapons in the game, and that is wonderful. So let's take a look at what we do get here. So into the Pip-Boy we go, and let's take a look at the most standard version of the gun, the Marksman MIER rifle, which actually is kind of redundant since that does stand for Modular Infantry Energy Rifle. Hadn't noticed that before, huh? But yes, it is a beautiful looking weapon, very nice modeling, very nice texturing, with a pretty serviceable amount of modifications right now. The mod maker is working on more modifications, but for the time being, it's pretty serviceable. And as for the stats on this thing, it will do 85 damage with the pretty typical energy cells, with a firing rate of 40, range of 71, accuracy of 79, and a weight of 5.6. All in all, a pretty good gun. And like I said, a little bit lacks on the mod list for now. More are coming. Actually, let me go over to the other screen real quick and scroll down to that bit. It appears that the mod maker is working on a plasma receiver, more attachments, and even a Gauss receiver, so that should be quite cool. But for right now, you can still make some interesting guns, such as, of course, a nice sniper laser rifle, or even my personal favorite, a fully automatic energy shotgun. I love that idea, and plus that attachment on the barrel with all those little diodes there just is cool to me. So as for how you get your hands on one of these things though, unfortunately right now it is not added into the game anywhere, nor into the leveled loot list, so you will have to spawn it in with the console commands, which I do wish it was added to the level loot list, and hopefully that will get changed in the future. But for the time being, well, you gotta cheat it in, which, hey, that's what I usually do for these videos anyway, so not much difference there. Now let's go take a look at the modifications we do have, and let's go to the standard weapon here. And the first two categories we have currently just have one option. Now I'm assuming this is where those things like the plasma receiver, etc. will go in the future. But for now we have the extended capacity MFC category with just that in there, and then the laser barrel category with just the laser barrel in there. We then have the stock category, where we do have a couple of options, either of no stock, an assault stock, a marksman stock, or of course recoil compensating stock, always good to have. We then have the barrel attachments, where we have the standard nothing, a laser beam splitter to give you that glorious laser shotgun experience, and then a laser beam tuner if you're going for more of a sniper build, as it really does increase the damage there pretty nicely. Then after that we have the grip category with only two options of either the assault grip or of course a pistol grip. We then have the sights category, where we have a pretty decent list of sights with a magnified reflex, a standard reflex, just standard, I was about to say iron sights, but I guess they're energy sights? They're not really iron, but still cool, and very usable. I actually very much like the standard sights on this thing, a lot more than a lot of weapons we've looked at. And then of course the Westech scopes in 10x, 4x, and 6x magnifications, so always good to have. After that, we have the capacitor, which is by default when you spawn it in at full recharge, which will make the gun semi-automatic but do full damage. If you decide to go with a lesser recharging capacitor, that will turn the gun into an automatic weapon, but of course doing so by reducing the damage. And for the 80% one in particular, you also can't use barrel attachments for that one, so you can't say create, as I did, a fully automatic shotgun laser rifle, which is just cool. And yes, of course, the less recharge you use, the faster the firing rate gets, with the 20% recharge, increasing it all the way to 151. That is more than 3 times the firing rate there. Very cool. Then after that, the final thing we have is the paint job category, where we have quite a beautiful number of different textures for you to choose from, starting with a blue digital camo, the Brotherhood of Steel, dark red, which actually looks a bit more brown to me. Yeah, it's definitely brown to me. Maybe I should have my eyes checked. And then we have an Enclave one, a green digital camo, a Gunners, Institute, Minutemen, a glorious hot pink, a Railroad, Special Forces black, tan, and finally the US Army one that it spawns in with. So a good selection of different textures here, which is always fun to have to give that gun a little bit of more of your personality. So let's go out and actually shoot this thing. Now the gun itself has quite the magazine, or well, rather, energy cell, considering you get 100 rounds to fire, which is a lot, so you can really shoot this thing for a while. Now, as for the speed, I am clicking as fast as I can go, and that is what we're shooting. Now, as you can also possibly see out there, we're pretty much hitting dead on to the same spot every time. The recoil on this thing is pretty low, and the accuracy pretty impressive. I mean, it is a laser rifle after all, so that makes sense to me. Now, as for the standard sights, like I said, I very much do like these things. It's very cool looking and very useful. Now, the reload animation, of course, the sound are pretty standard, but of course serviceable and work well with the weapon. Now, let's move on to my personal favorite one that I made, the Scattered Automatic MIER rifle. As, I mean, it's a shotgun laser rifle. How can you not love that? Plus, it's fully automatic with a reflex scope. So let's fire. And that's the 20% recharge one with the 151 firing rate. It just chews through things, and as you can see, has very, very low recoil. Now, of course, it's doing a fraction of the full recharge damage, but at that sort of a firing rate, I don't think it matters much. You can really clear out a room with one of these things. It's pretty beautiful. And then, of course, finally, the sniper version that I put together with the improved focused MIER. There we are with a 10x scope on there, with, again, a very low recoil, and this one doing a lot of single shot damage. So very, very fun indeed. Now that means it's time to go and test this on our usual test subjects of Randy and Will. We'll use the sniper one for Will here, and then use the automatic one on good old Randy the Radstag. Bye-bye, Will! Oh, didn't kill him in one shot, but got him in two. There we are. Now, do, of course, remember, my Will and Randy are modded versions with a heck of a lot more health than your typical animals would have. So, yes, but still 2 shots, not too bad. And I actually hit him this time, so that's always useful. Now, let's switch over to the scattered one and charge forward towards Randy. Stop taking naps during the episodes, my friend. Why do you keep doing that? There he goes. He's down. It took 22 shots, but we got him. I do really like this one. It's just fun having that fast of a firing rate with that wide of a spread of lasers. It's just entertaining to me. But yes, that is the Modular Infantry Energy Rifle mod. A pretty fun little tool that I have definitely been enjoying my time with, as I am a sucker for energy weapons. So yes, if you would like to try this mod out for yourself, which I would certainly recommend you go and do, you can have a look at the link in the description as per usual. But that is going to be it for today, my friends. I hope you have enjoyed and that you do come back for the next episode, when hopefully we'll be having a look at another wonderful mod. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.